Peace, peace, peace. What's good, family? I'd like to thank everyone to my channel. I was going to do a live since I can do lives on YouTube, but decided not to just yet because I want to schedule my live so people could know when I'm going to go live. And also, I want to be able to put, if possible, a thumbnail. And I'm still very much not literate in terms of editing and posting videos that look more polished and more professional. So here I am. But anyway, the topic for today is dating games. The brother speaks up. The topic continues under that. And as some of you know, I've written a book entitled Dating Games. The brother speaks up. I've also created a series called the Ma'at series, which explores personal and professional development for adults and youth, and also addresses the topic of relationships. Today I want to talk about the signs that we miss in relationships. So I'm going to call it speed bumps and red flags. And in each case, with the speed bumps, basically, sometimes some of us, or too many of us, fall in love with someone too quick. And we don't put the speed bumps down, or we don't recognize the speed bumps. And what happens when you're driving a car and you drive fast over speed bumps? Your car gets damaged. Either the tires or the axle or another part of the car. So we often, because so many of us want love and we feel love. I'm sorry, I got some noise in the background. So many of us miss, we don't take our time, and we don't just pump the brakes when we need to, which is a big problem with me. In my last situationship and another one before, I basically caught feelings way too fast. In one case, it was because the girl said she loved me. Then in the other case, I was just so enamored by the woman, how beautiful she was, or how pretty she was. I did a video about this yesterday. Beauty versus being pretty. But one of the problems that, we miss is that we don't come and take our time and truly get to know people in relationships. Let me say this off the top. I say this all the time, but the main purpose of any relationship is to grow. And this person that you are with, and you yourself, the purpose is to grow, and you have to exhibit the ability to grow. And growing means testing yourself. It means pushing yourself. It means being a better person than you were the day before. So that's very, very important. And in my situationships, I'm going to call my last two major, what some would call relationships, what I call situationships. I fell too fast and too hard. I was too giving, and there wasn't a whole lot of reciprocity. And reciprocity means what you give out, you also receive. Now, relationships won't always be 50-50. They should be 100-100, but sometimes they'll be 199. Sometimes they'll be 35-65. Sometimes, they'll be 20-80, but they should balance out. They should balance out eventually. So one of the problems is reciprocity. So the speed bumps, taking your time, getting to know someone, evaluating if you can grow with that person is super important. But we often miss the speed bumps, so we go right over the speed bumps too fast. And when we go over the speed bumps too fast, that also entails us missing the red flags. Now, red flags are important. I feel like this, and maybe you guys may feel a little different than me, but I feel like red flags, are exhibited when another person disrespects you, does disrespectful things, says disrespectful words, exhibits him or herself in a disrespectful way towards you. You know, they call you names, they call you liar, they call you stupid, they call you idiot. They talk about you or your physical stature or your mental capabilities. They don't speak to you in loving ways, but, you know, they may come back to you with gifts. They may come back to you with good sex. They may come back to you with certain accoutrements, things that make you think that they love you. But if they disrespect you, and they don't correct themselves, then that's a big red flag. You know, in my case, I was called names. I was said, I was told I had certain things and didn't have other certain things, you know, and, you know, very disrespectful. You know, there are women out there that exhibit some of the same negative characteristics as some of these negative men, or what y'all call F-boys. And for me, like I said yesterday, it was always hung around because a woman either gave good sex and or she was attractive or she could maybe cook or made me feel a certain way about myself at certain times. But a lot of these times, you know, at other times, it was just red flaggish all the way. Sisters exhibiting that they weren't willing to grow. Now, it's not a question of can you grow. It's a question of will you grow? Are you open to grow? Are you open to be the best person you could be? For yourself first, but then for the relationship. And fundamentally, if a person can't exhibit that they are willing to grow beyond their negative traits, negative characteristics, and things they do that impede the relationship in a negative way, if they show that they're not willing to do that, then it's time to bounce. I don't care how much money they're providing, how much good sex they're providing, what type of meals they make, what type of lifestyle they afford you. It's time to break, unless you want to feel a certain way throughout your relationship. Now, I know that sometimes you can't bounce, particularly women. If you have your child's father, he's your child's father, you can't bounce, maybe for economic reasons or because you want your children to, you know, have a father in their life under the same roof. But you got to make a plan to bounce if you feel disrespected. You got to make a plan. It may take a year or two or longer, to get out of that situation, because sometimes emotional abuse, which is the most prevalent abuse, but emotional abuse can lead to domestic violence. And once that happens, even before that happens, with emotional abuse or domestic abuse, it's not good for you. It's not good for the children if you have any, and it's not good for the relationship. So, anytime someone puts you down or disrespects you and they don't correct themselves, they don't correct themselves, because everybody's human. Sometimes we do say disrespectful things to the person that we're talking to or in a relationship or married to. Sometimes it happens. But the key is the red flag. The red flag is when the disrespect continues and isn't really addressed, isn't really acknowledged, isn't really apologized for. So those are things that I've learned in 2020. Doesn't matter how this person looks, how good this person cooks, what type of sex they have, how good they make you feel sometimes about yourself. If you can't grow with them, you shouldn't go with them. Bottom line, life and time is finite. It's not infinite. It's finite. Finite. So we only have so many hours and days. We don't know when we're going to check out. But we want to check out in a happy place. And those of you who believe we're going somewhere else, it'll be a happier place. But really, at the end of the day, are you with or talking to someone who has the willingness to grow, to become the best versions that they can of themselves? And if not, the speed bumps are there. You need to pump the brakes on it. And if you allow it, the speed bumps will turn into red flags. and then red flags, turn into abuse, or continue with the abuse because it's been going on from the speed bump level. So I hope I made sense today. Your time and your value is what's most important. What you can give to the relationship, what you get from the relationship, uh, is very, very important. There should be reciprocity and balance. And, you got to know the red flags and when it's time to bounce. So that's all I wanted to say for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Trying to get to 1 million. I know that may sound crazy, but 1 million subscribers at this point. I'm trying to make an impact, on people's lives in positive ways. And relationships isn't the only thing I'm going to talk about, but I know that it's a topic that's near and dear to my heart and many of your hearts as well. So if you got through this entire video, thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe again, and tell your friends about it. And have a wonderful day. Thank you guys again for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I love y'all. Peace.